A massive storm, almost 1,000 miles wide.
This is going to be a big and powerful storm.
With the destructive power of an atomic bomb. A natural disaster of extraordinary force strikes the northeast coast of the United States.
Don't mess with Mother Nature.
Never seen anything like this.
What's going on? I don't know what's going on. It's the hurricane.
You would never think this was happening in New York.
50 homes already have burned to the ground.
This is unbelievable, man.
I've never witnessed anything like this.
Oh my God!
Unbelievable.
Good morning, everybody. We want to get straight to the big story this morning. That superstorm. ABC meteorologist Ginger Z is in Florida tracking what could be a once-in-a-century event. We'll get to her in just a moment.
That's right. Sandy has been downgraded to a tropical storm, but that's just temporary. This 900-mile-wide behemoth is forecast to become a hurricane again and join forces with a major winter storm. Multiple states are now issuing state of emergency alerts, and for many, today is the calm before the storm, a last chance to stock up, batten down, or just get out of town.
And that is what millions of people are doing, getting out. To give you a sense of what a mess this storm could make, it's expected to slam parts of the East Coast with a foot of rain and up to several feet of snow. It's going to last for days, bringing wind damage, power outages, and possibly massive flooding in some parts. ABC's Extreme team is covering all the angles this morning, and we're going to start, as we said, with Ginger in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning, Dan. It is still very windy here. We've had wind gusts of 50 miles per hour plus. You can see that choppy surf behind me at about 10 to 15 foot waves. There was a 31 foot wave way out at sea. Speaking of way out at sea, that's where Tropical Storm Sandy is. Yes, it was downgraded, but you can't let that fool you because it will re-intensify. And you can see the satellite picture here that gives you an idea of where the storm is, moving now north-northeast at 10 miles per hour away from Florida. Next stop is the Carolinas, and eventually that potential date with weather history. Tumultuous waves hammering Florida beaches, serious erosion, and almost 4 inches of rain along parts of the Florida coast. That's what Sandy looks like down here. But up there, from space, you can clearly see the tropical storm. Its large, stretching wind field sending tropical storm force winds over 900 miles across. As Sandy aggravates the Atlantic, its path of destruction has already left at least 43 people dead across the Caribbean. Through the weekend, the storm will hug the Carolinas before turning its eye directly toward the coast, somewhere between the mid-Atlantic, Northeast, and New England by Monday night.
Hi everyone, this is Ed Hammerly from NJ Renewable Energy. If you're from New Jersey, I think you're pretty familiar with the destruction and devastation we've just dealt with over the last month with Hurricane Sandy. And obviously we're very upset about the loss of life and the destruction of people's property. But I want to talk to you today about the positive side that could come out of this now that we're trying to rebuild here. And that's essentially a three-part system. And the first part I want to talk to you about is passive house design. And passive house design is building a home that basically uses 1/10 the energy of a regular house. In addition to that, part two of it would be a white roof. You'll see this in Bermuda and the Caribbean and so forth. Having a white roof on a structure reflects away a lot of the sunlight and prevents heat gain into the home. And lastly would be renewable energy, and particularly photovoltaics. We'll put solar on top of this passive house, and in doing so, we'll be able to provide 100% of the power. So at the end of the day now, you'll have a brand new house that's super energy efficient, makes its energy on site, and is net zero.
So let's go over these three basic ideas again, one at a time. 1. Build a home or remodel it to passive house standards. Super insulated, super airtight, with energy recovery ventilation. Number 2, install a white roof, essentially reflecting away up to 80% of the potential heat gain. Number 3, install solar power and produce 100% of your home's entire energy needs on your roof. Now, this seems too good to be true, but it really isn't. If you spend the time to create the shell properly, as I've mentioned, and you have a home that uses 90% less energy, it's very easy to offset that energy need with renewables. And the cost of building an envelope like this is typically about 15%. And it can be done on any type of structure. This could be done on the biggest beach McMansion you've ever seen, or a little bungalow at the shore. So when you start trying to put your life back together, talk to your architect, talk to your builder. Don't go back to the prehistoric construction methods of the past. Turn this disaster into living your life in the 21st century. And in doing so, you'll have a more sustainable, efficient, cleaner, and healthier home. And if that wasn't good enough, you won't have any energy bills, you won't be contributing to climate change, and you won't be reliant on foreign energy.